Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dublin Shamrocks and the Columbus Explorers. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
There he goes, left side. Past the 20. And touchdown. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. The underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Give the tackle to Terrell Lewis.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
3rd and 2.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Wentz now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On second down, McFarland
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
The ball carrier.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From midfield, here's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Wentz. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in from a touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Bridgewater. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. 7-7, our score after 1.
First quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate.
Wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with McFarland. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
The ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, to stack things up and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the 1st half. It's a 1st down. To throw is Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's Weaver. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now Wentz. And it's going to be caught. Oh, a one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Mix the score. Explorers 14. Shammrocks 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Fitzpatrick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
To start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now Wentz. That is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll roll him, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Makes it 3rd and 17.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he finds Howard complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Next to the left side is Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Here's 2nd and 10. Bridgewater again. He's going to look deep down the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go, let's go. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st down and 10 at their own 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack.
And now look at him go. 20. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Down and 10 at their their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, Bridgewater. Will air this one out for Kirk. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10... defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Well, goes a punt of 42, 7 all the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
On the ground, it's McFarland.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They run the counter. McFarland. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Well, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
2nd down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around. They'll run with McFarland.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Wentz. And it's caught. Touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Explorers 31, Shamrocks 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 23-yard run. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Shamrocks 7. Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of the struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goddard, throw left side complete. It's Brown. Back now in Columbus. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. offense on third down tonight? Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. From the gun, Goddard.
He'll take this one down to Mixon.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
To Joe Mixon.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Goddard. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Goddard. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
But it's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They run for it with Mixon. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Goddard to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Goal at the 7-yard line.
Third and goal, try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
Eddie Pinheiro.
Well, there you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass in the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 2nd down now, McFarland.
Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He fires one, but incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Goddard. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Goddard. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Explorers 45. Shammrocks 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this carries into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on 2nd down. Goddard. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Luka Fitzpatrick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Goal at the 6-yard line.
Wentz to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On second down, Farland. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
1-yard attempt.
Oswald's kick is good. They're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message? Benson hit, and all the ball is out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. There he goes, right side. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Chris Boswell on
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
first down and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
the fumble recovery. Goddard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
At their own 49-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.